Hey movie lovers, in today's episode, I've put together 5 of the best new films of 2026 that are definitely worth your attention. An unexpectedly solid military action film called War Machine. It blends action, sci-fi, and thriller elements really well. The lead role is played by Alan Ritchson, someone a lot of you probably already know. The story kicks off pretty brutally. An American combat engineer loses his entire unit in Afghanistan, including his own brother. After that, he joins the Rangers, not for a career, but to fulfill a promise he made to his brother. But then the movie completely flips the script. During a training mission, the squad runs into something that's definitely not human, a massive combat robot. And from that moment on, it turns into a raw, high-stakes survival fight against an unknown enemy. This movie has everything: psychological tension, intense action, heavy gunfights, chase sequences, PTSD themes, and some unexpected sci-fi twists. Definitely not one to miss. Send help! This movie is a perfect example of how an office drama can suddenly turn into absolute survival chaos. Directed by Sam Raimi, the film blends comedy, horror, and adventure into one wild ride. At the center of the story is Linda Little, a quiet corporate employee who's been overlooked for years. And just when she gets passed over for a promotion again, fate hits her even harder. The plane she's on, heading to a conference, crashes into the ocean, and she ends up stranded on a deserted island with her toxic boss. And that's where things get really interesting. The person who seemed weak in the office becomes the leader on the island. Meanwhile, the successful boss completely falls apart. The film stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, and their contrast on screen genuinely works. Why should you watch it? At its core, it's a survival story about ordinary people thrown into extreme conditions. It's light but still gripping, a movie with personality. A great pick if you're looking for something a little different. Wuthering Heights. This isn't romance in the traditional sense. It's dark, painful, and deeply obsessive. At the center are Catherine and Heathcliff, whose connection feels less like love and more like addiction. And the further it goes, the more it destroys everything around them. Directed by Emerald Fennell, the film leans heavily into style and raw emotion, packed with tension, passion, and underlying aggression. And the cast is seriously strong. Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi create a dynamic that's toxic but impossible to look away from. This isn't just a love story. It's about revenge, jealousy, and how pain can control someone for years. The whole film feels like an emotional roller coaster. Beautiful, brutal, and at times genuinely uncomfortable. If you're looking for a powerful drama that actually leaves a mark, this one's a must-watch. Scream 7. It seemed like Sidney Prescott's story was already over, but Scream 7 pulls her back in. Years have passed. She's living a quiet life. Family, kids, her own business. Everything finally feels stable. But in this franchise, peace is always an illusion. A new ghost face emerges. And this time, the target isn't just Sydney, it's her daughter. On screen, you've got Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox back again. And for fans, that's a straight hit of nostalgia. The film doesn't rely only on jump scares. It leans into deeper themes: family, trauma, and the struggle to break free from an endless cycle of violence. Greenland 2: Migration. The story jumps 5 years ahead. The world is already in ruins, civilization has basically collapsed, and now the goal isn't just to survive the disaster, it's to keep living after it. At the center of the story is the same family, played by Gerard Butler and Marina Baccarin. But this time, it's not just about escaping catastrophe. It's a harsh journey across a devastated Europe in search of a new home. The director leans into realism here. Fewer visual effects, more tension, and a constant sense of danger. What makes this film stand out is that it focuses on something we don't often see: what happens after the apocalypse, when the worst is supposedly already over. It's not the strongest film in terms of ratings, but if you're into survival stories, this one will definitely land.